A very warm welcome to our channel APSC Bro. This is the second video of the weekly MCQ series. Today also we are going to do few questions mainly related to current affairs but from various subjects. Okay, let's begin. The first question. Indian bison or gaur is usually found in. Just have a look at the picture. What kind of animal this is? We are talking about an animal just so that you can remember the question. So Indian bison or gaur is usually found in Western Ghats, Indo-Burma region, Eastern Himalayas or the Thar region. Okay, the answer is Western Ghats. Now this question will give you an idea of various topics that is important from the exam point of view. This can be important for APSC or UPSC both. The first thing, all these regions that I have mentioned here, Western Ghats, Indo-Burma region, Eastern Himalayas, these are very important from the biodiversity point of view. Now if you know, there is something called biodiversity hotspots. Now how many biodiversity hotspots are there in India? There are 4 biodiversity hotspots in India. First is the Himalayas, second is the Western Ghats, third Indo-Burma region. This is mainly towards the boundary of Myanmar and India. So even for Assam, our rainforest area comes under this Indo-Burma region and Sundaland. Now this Sundaland is the Nicobar area. Okay, so these are the 4 biodiversity hotspots of India, very important from prelims point of view. Please take a note of this. Go through certain materials related to biodiversity hotspots. Now if you see why this question is important, why we have brought this in this series, because Sri Lanka have requested India to translocate 6 Indian bisons to reintroduce them in the island. Island means Sri Lanka. Okay. Now Indian gaur is protected species and is included in the Schedule 1 of Wildlife Protection Act 1972. In APSC there had been previous questions where it had been asked when was the Wildlife Protection Act passed. So the answer is 1972. It is listed as vulnerable in the International Union for Conservation of Nature Red List, IUCN. See, now there are many things that are coming up. First thing, what is IUCN? Okay, IUCN is the body which looks after the conservation of nature. Make a note of the important facts of IUCN, like when was it established, where is the headquarters, what is its main objective, etc. Now the IUCN Red List gives us the main idea about the conservation of the wildlife species. It gives us 9 categories from extinct to non-evaluated. So whenever there is an species which is critically endangered or vulnerable in the IUCN Red List, its conservation status is very important from the conservation of nature point of view. So these are certain things that you have to take care of. Every question here in this series will lead to multiple topics which are important from the exam point of view. Make a note of all those topics and try to gather the most important facts and figures of those topics. Okay, the next question we are going to relate to the first one. The red list regarding vulnerability of a species is published by, so this is easy, we have already discussed, it is by option A, that is IUCN. But do go through all the other 3 organizations that we have mentioned in our options: WWF, UN, UNICEF, etc. Okay, so the IUCN Red List was founded in 1964, but IUCN itself was established on 1948. These are again trivias which are important from exam point of view. Okay, next question. Rustam 2 is a, option A, artillery gun system, option B, unmanned aerial vehicle, which usually is nicknamed as UAV, short form UAV, C, warship, D, helicopter. Defense related questions are very important from both APSC and UPSC prelims point of view. Questions on helicopters, missile systems, warships are repeatedly being asked, mostly on the current developments. if there is a new warship coming up, if there is a new helicopter or aircraft coming up, a question is usually asked on that. What is Rustam 2? It is a UAV, unmanned aerial vehicle. Okay, this has been recently adopted by Indian forces. It's a variety that can take a maximum load up to 350 kg. Okay, read what is Heron. Read it on your own, make a short note on it. Okay, let's go to the next question. Very important question. In the oldest dockyard is found in which ancient city? Now this ancient city is from, you can see all the options are mostly from IVC, that is Indus Valley Civilization. The first option is Dholavira, option B Lothal, option C Harappa, option D Mohenjo-daro. All these four are Indian Valley Civilization cities which are very important from prelims point of view. We are going to do a complete separate video for the IVC sites and their important features, because it's a very common question in any prelims or MCQ based exam. The answer for this is Lothal. Now from Lothal, it's the oldest dockyard. Also rice husk was found in Lothal. Questions are also asked like which site of IVC did you find rice husk? Lothal. Another important feature of Lothal was that fire altars were found. It has also been repeatedly asked before. Which site of IVC had fire altars? It was Lothal. Okay. Very important. Each and every site of IVC will be doing a separate video on this. For the time being, about Lothal, it is located in the Val region of the modern state of Gujarat. Now, why this question had come up, why you have included in our series? Because National Maritime Heritage Complex has been set up in Lothal. It's a very important from MCQ point of view. There can be a question, where is the National Maritime Heritage Complex established recently? It's in Lothal, that is in Gujarat. Other important IVC sites: Harappa, Mohenjo-daro, Dholavira, Ropar, Balathal, Banawali, Alamgirpur, okay, Sarkotada. So these are all important sites. All of them are important. Go through all of them. We'll be doing a separate video. Next question. Financial Action Task Force is associated with. Again, this is very important. Options are A, UN, option B, G7, option C, Security Council, option D, IMF. The answer is G7. Now what is G7? It is a group of 7 very important countries of the world. They are Canada, France, Germany, Italy, Japan, UK and the United States. Okay, these countries are known as G7 and they established the Financial Action Task Force. This is also known as FATF. This question had been asked in many times. It had been asked in UPSC and APSC both. So the Financial Action Task Force, it's mainly on money laundering. This is also important. What does FATF do? It acts against money laundering. It is an international organization founded in 1989 on the initiative of G7 countries to develop policies to combat money laundering and to maintain certain interests. Now, why this question has been asked in this series? Because recently Pakistan was removed from the FATF grey list. Now, what is the grey list? Countries that are considered safe haven for supporting terror funding and money laundering are put in FATF grey list. This is very important. The countries which are known to do terror funding or which has the possibility of getting involved in them, those countries are put in the FATF grey list and they are put under various sanctions and surveillance. Now Pakistan was in that list. It has been recently removed. That is why this question has been asked in this series. Okay, so these are the questions that we have done in the second video of weekly MCQ series. The important topics for self-study that we can pick out from this video. The first thing, read on IUCN. Second thing, recent defense developments. If there is any new defense equipment that had been enrolled into the armed forces, go through them. any defense exercise that we have gone through with other countries, go through them. Second, Indus Valley civilization sites, read all of them, the important features of each and every site. And 4, G7 countries, just have a read on it. When it was established in 1975, what are the countries, where is its headquarters, etc. Okay, so these are the MCQs. We will be coming again next week with another sets of questions for the weekly MCQ series. Till then, thank you, like and subscribe our channel. Thank you.